welcome to the Manifesting You YouTube channel. Thank you so much. I just want to say a quick thank you here. You guys are so awesome. Thank you so much for all your positive energy, your appreciation, for connecting with my videos, subscribing. It's really meant the world to me, and I just want to say thank you. Thank you also for tuning in today. Today I want to address Mercury Retrograde, and I used to not really know about Mercury Retrograde, but I definitely know about it now. So currently we are in April 28th through May 22nd. Mercury is in retrograde in the sign of Taurus. And basically the concept of Mercury retrograde, the planet Mercury appears to move backward for a period of time. It does not actually move backward, but it appears to do that. And as it does, it actually affects things here on the earth. It kind of pauses or it stands still. It looks like it's going backward, but it's really more in a sleeping state. And so, some of you might be familiar with Mercury retrograde, some of you may not. But if you are aware of it, then it kind of gives you understanding about why things can get a little cattywampus during this time. So I wanted to shed a little bit of light on what Mercury retrograde is, my personal experience with it, and then also do a healing oracle per sign on an encouragement on what we can do to kind of ease some of the frustration. I know for me, it's tested me a little bit this time. I'm not going to lie. For the first week of Mercury retrograde, I was just, kind of like preaching about it. Like, yeah, everyone, Mercury's in retrograde. And I was seeing it in other people's lives, but it did not really hit me until about 4 or 5 days ago when my printer, which I've had and has been working wonderfully for about 2 years, right when I needed to print some very important documents, all of a sudden literally just died, just completely blacked out, gone. And it was at a time where I wasn't able to go get another printer right away, and I really needed to get these documents out. So it caused a little bit of a pickle. And the next day I tried turning on that printer again. It turned on in Chinese for about 15 seconds and then it went blank again. So I was like, okay, here we go. Mercury in retrograde, I can deal with this. Okay, that's not all. So I had a printer shipped to me from a family member. Turns out the printer was supposed to come in 2 days. It came to the wrong address, so I had to travel to go get the printer. I finally go get the printer 2 days later, and then literally it took me 4 hours to hook it up to my computer. And I'm pretty smart with computers, and it was just one of those weird situations where everything I tried was not working. I mean, it literally pushed my buttons. It caused me to I kind of lost it for a little bit. Like, I've been handling it really well, and I finally just got so frustrated I had to take a walk. Long story short, it wasn't until I emotionally cooled down and released some of that frustration, I actually went to the gym, that I finally figured out how to make it work. Point being is, these are the kind of odd things. It's going to affect people in different ways. Another example of this, I went through a drive-through coffee shop, and a gal was just talking to me. We were talking about how her day was going. She's like, well, all of our machinery is acting really weird today. Like, the coffee pots are just turning off and on. They're dripping. Our computer stuff is down today. And I'm like, well, Mercury's in retrograde, so you're not the only one. So point being is that it's just interesting. This stuff really does affect our day-to-day lives. And the fact that Mercury is in Taurus, it is actually in the sign of Taurus because it goes in retrograde in different signs and different elements. So it's in the sign of practical, everyday earth, life. And it can affect the sign of Taurus even more. And it's interesting because I'm thinking about their May zodiac law of attraction. The time for them is kind of a slowed down time where they're looking internally. And I feel like that might be part of the whole Mercury in retrograde thing. So I just want to use this as encouragement. I mean, even though I knew this in my knowledge and my headspace, I got to be honest. It's like I was cool with it, and then it pushed my buttons so much that I was like, I really had to do some relaxation and meditation. So just know that it's not for everybody, but you might possibly experience some turbulence or disruption as Mercury is in its sleeping or resting state. And when it's in retrograde, and it's going to be in retrograde until May 22nd. Mercury, the planet, the areas that this can actually be felt in or affected in, it can rule communication. So just communicating with people, miscommunications, not communicating exactly what you're trying to say. It also can affect listening, speaking, selling and buying, contracts, agreements, documents. It also affects technology. So computers, transportation, so traveling, shipping, all these areas can be scrambled. And it's because Mercury is in a resting, sleeping state. So normally Mercury, because it rules over these different areas, it helps them move more, because it's a very quick and fast planet. It helps these areas to move much more seamlessly in general. But as it's sleeping or in this resting state, it causes turbulence or it causes things to slow down, and it can create frustration. So why do we feel these effects? It's because, as I've just already mentioned, it's because the planet is in a sleeping state or resting state, so to speak. The other thing that I've picked up on for myself and others, and I'm not sure if this has been for any of you, is that issues of the past seem to resurface. So this is, in a way, can be positive, even though it can be kind of frustrating in one way or on the surface. Things that have not been resolved, or maybe something that has been overlooked that was not dealt with. And this could be in business, it could be in family, it could be in relationships, money, financial, emotional, basically anything that's in the subconscious or practically, or something that is not helping you fulfill your full potential and needs to be revisited, is possible to resurface during this time. So I have noticed that if there is any area that you're feeling frustrated during this time, there's a very likely chance that there's a lesson to be learned during this time. And there's a reason why this issue is being addressed right now, is because there is more work to do. So issues of the past can resurface during this time. And this will be a time for you, because it's an earth sign as well. This will be a time for all of us to reassess, revisit, readdress, redo, relook, redesign. But, on the surface, as I said, it can be frustrating, but there's lessons to be learned through this. And I'm really, my human side just wants to get frustrated and throw something like the printer. I'm really trying in the more spiritual higher self to say, okay, you know what? This is all working towards my good. This is all helping me to be my best and highest self. This is, all is well in my world. I'm going to relax. I'm going to breathe. I'm going to go with this. I'm going to look, listen, and learn. I will slow down. Even if, I've been going, 80 miles an hour, this is telling me that I need to slow down to 45 miles an hour so that I can hear and see. So what I want to encourage you is that all is well, that there are good things, there are good messages, there are lessons, there is closure that can happen during this time. And whenever you're feeling that sense of frustration, know that on the other side of that coin is an answer, is something that you did not know before, and is going to help you, whatever that key is, whatever that missing link that has been overlooked, is going to help you propel forward as soon as Mercury goes, back to its normal self. So let's go ahead. I also found it fitting to do, this is Nature's Whisper Oracle cards. I thought, how fitting, because Taurus is a lover of nature and earth. And in this time where things are kind of cattywampus, let's just sit back and allow the beautiful messages, the Taurus energy of, just kind of stepping back, being one, being at peace, and, stopping and smelling the roses. What are the messages for each sign to help us with the energy of the Mercury retrograde? So that is what this oracle is going to seek. And let's go ahead and get started with each sign. Hi Gemini, welcome to your May Mercury in retrograde oracle encouragement healing reading. So this message is going to aid or assist you during this time of Mercury retrograde. I have shuffled 7 times. I have asked for divine guidance. So let's see what that message is for you. Okay, so we have potential gateway, and I have to say this card is stunningly beautiful. I love it. It kind of matches the color, the background color. Okay, Gemini, so open your heart. A new course or route is coming into your awareness. It is time to utilize your knowledge and complete the task at hand. As you finish one aspect of your life, begin thinking about what you would like to do next. This is part of your life's journey. You are constantly shifting and developing. You may feel contentment, fulfillment, and pride because you have accomplished something. There is productivity and reward as a bonus for your efforts. The good fortune you realize is evidence that you are putting sufficient energy into your life's journey to get out of it all that you desire. Wow, that's really encouraging. To me, that tells me that you're really, I feel like some Geminis here are doing pretty well during this time. And what I like about this Gemini is because I feel like you are really, you're working on one task at a time, you're completing it or finishing it, and you're moving on to the next. So a lot of you are not being overwhelmed by this energy. Maybe Mercury in retrograde is actually helping you slow down a little bit so that you can focus a little more clearly. Because I know that Geminis are so intelligent and their minds move so quickly. When Mercury is in its full normal function, it's like slow my brain down, because Gemini is ruled by the planet of Mercury, and Mercury is like a super fast moving planet. So when it's in retrograde, I'm wondering if some of you are actually benefiting from this in a way that is kind of slowing your mind down, which for you, a slow Gemini brain is like normally a fast brain just for any human being. So to me, Gemini, this tells me that what you're doing is working, that you are making huge progress, that things are moving through you, you're producing results, and that good things are coming your way. I'm proud of you. So keep up the good work. It also says potential gateway. So you're definitely on the track to do something really powerful right now. And whatever you've been looking into or pursuing or thinking, whatever you're doing is working. So really proud of you. This is actually the last card in the deck as well. And I feel like there's something to that as well. So a lot of you are reaching a new precipice. You've accomplished something. You have moved past it. So kudos to you. Congratulations. You deserve it. I know you all work your tails off. You think so much, and you probably think for all of us combined, and you're super smart. You make us laugh. So just keep up the good work. Love and laughter all the way. Enjoy the moment. Thank you so much for watching. If this video has helped, I would appreciate if you would like, subscribe to this channel to ensure that you get all the messages, the videos, and the tools every month, and to help you continue to be your highest and best self. So Gemini, thank you so much for watching, and you have a beautiful rest of your day.